Okay, hi Moshe. Thank you so much for joining us today on the DMZ Connect podcast. I know you're a product director at RootQuotient, and I'd love to learn a little bit more about your background, what RootQuotient does, and how you've kind of been engaged with DMZ to date.
Yeah, of course. Thank you for having me. So my name is Moshe Mikanovsky, and I'm the product director at RootQuotient. RootQuotient is product engineering company, and we are helping other companies build innovating products, mostly digital products. We've done also some IoT, but mostly digital products, all the way from conception to go to market and beyond. We work with startups and we work with enterprises, but this is also why we like to work with DMZ, because of the startup ecosystem, and DMZ is one of the strongest players here in the city, so we love that. A bit of background about myself. So I've been building digital products probably for about, now will be almost 35 years, so it's been a while.
Wow.
I've been doing
Impressive.
yeah, it's like showing my age. I've been doing it first on the engineering end of things. So for about 20 years, I was developing different products in different environments. And then after 20 years, I shifted my career to product management. So that's what I'm doing in the past 14 plus years.
Amazing.
Yeah, and mostly B2B, B2B2C. I joined RootQuotient a bit over a year ago, and one of the goals for me is to, rather than build one product at a time to one company, to build multiple products and help multiple companies. So that's what we do at RootQuotient, and that's also why I love DMZ and what you do, that you help multiple companies at one time building in different sectors. So it's always really, really interesting.
Interesting, yeah. And you spoke there about the B2B and B2C models. I mean, do you want to talk about some of maybe your clients at RootQuotient and kind of how you've helped them build out their product?
Yeah, we have clients all over the place. It's not just B2B. That's my personal experience. But
Okay.
overall, we have also clients that are consumer products and other type of products. We do have a lot of specialty and experience in fintech, as well as health tech, clean tech, and a few others.
Okay.
So one of our clients, for example, is Akamai. We build some mobile native products with some cybersecurity for that. We built recently a new platform for the MENA region in the Middle East,
Okay.
called Rise, for buy now, pay later platform, which caught really, really well over there. So many different types of
sectors and models.
sectors and models. We helped a few companies here in Toronto to build in the area of clean and carbon zero targets.
Clean tech and stuff like that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So Carbon One is one of them.
Okay.
And all the way from inception of the idea to production, and now we're iterating with them or helping them iterate in the market.
Yeah, sustainability is such a huge topic at the moment.
Absolutely.
And tell me a little bit about your kind of involvement in the DMZ Connect program. Like, how have you found engaging with the startups? Have you met many founders, and how have you found the program overall?
Yeah. First of all, I love coming in here just for the energy. So the energy of being in a place where you have all of these startups and they're talking about their ideas, and you get to discuss with them and help them. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Then there are the monthly events that are being organized by the DMZ Connect, where we as partners and other partners are coming in, and we meet the founders. We have time to network with them, and then there is always some topic that is the focus of that event. So that's always interesting, creating this type of relationships. And then from those relationships, we also get to help them, outside of the context of DMZ. We have a podcast called Beyond Product for RootQuotient that I'm the host of that podcast. Some of the guests for the podcast I found through DMZ.
Okay, amazing.
Yeah, and DMZ Connect. So Polytrack is one of them. They were one of my first guests on the show.
Okay.
I also found alumni that came to DMZ, and I met them here.
Okay.
But they were still alumni,
Yeah.
like Truly Financial, and also MedStack.
Okay.
And overall, it's really like fit in itself. Like
Yeah.
we like to talk with the startups like to talk with people in the industry. So it's really helping each other.
Yeah, it's definitely a great network to be part of, and a lot of our partners definitely help, very much hands-on experience and hands-on guidance with our startup companies. And I know RootQuotient help a lot of startup companies with kind of technical due diligence and compliance areas, which is really, really important for so many of our companies. Do you want to talk a little bit about how you think those areas can benefit founders?
Yeah, so we are about helping start the building from 0 to 1, but also some of it is by startup realizing they need the help, because even though they have maybe a founder that is technical, they still don't know a lot of areas, so we help them extend on that. But we're also helping when you have to get due diligence with investors. So for example, you need to find resources to fund you, and they want to know not just how you are on the business side, but also on the technical side. So we can come in and help with the audit of how you're doing on your technical stack, how you're doing on security, how you're doing on the development procedures, et cetera, and really help you put it together. And then we can continue working in different ways. But we find that startups are really they are seeking for that type of support. Yeah,
there's definitely a lot of technical due diligence that's needed especially when you go out to raise money. And have you found, like, what kind of stage companies and startups would you have worked with in terms of like getting them to that kind of technical due diligence stage?
It's all over the place, really. Okay. Because companies are so different and startups are so different between in their stages. Some of them will have stronger technical founders. Some of them will have less technical, so they will need a bit more help. It depends where they are on raising funds, or if they're doing it on their own. We also worked with very well-funded organizations that built, for 6 months and then just launch without the need because they had the seed fund. The seed funding, So it really depends on the startup. And we are trying to fit ourselves for their needs and really help them where they are.
And I guess that's where RootQuotient really comes in, and your own experience as well, is really getting in the mindset of these entrepreneurs and getting them to think in like a product thinking way, product forward way. How would you say you kind of like implement that mindset in early stage or first time founders?
Product management is my passion, and that's where I'm coming from. And what I love showing to founders is that there is a lot of synergies between how it's done in bigger organizations and what they need as founders when they start from scratch. They start from zero. They know it. They have the tendency to know it, or they have the intuition to know it, but they may not have the structure that big organization might put together.
Of course.
So sometimes we call it product management, and here we call it entrepreneurship. But there is a lot of different things that are very similar. So that's what I'm trying to bring into the picture. And on top of that, there is also a lot of connection in the community, and creating this type of relationship that, you should speak with this person or speak with that person and start and stuff like that, which always really helps. Help them. We also try to do it with a lot of not so much official training, but unofficial training. So like the podcast that we have is to give them some ideas from other people, real people that have built something, and what are the things that they're building and what are the challenges that they have. We are doing webinars online. We're involved in different events that we're always trying to get into the community and see where the community is. So for example, when DMZ had the Women Innovation Summit, we were part of that. We sponsored that, and we helped steer it through the steering committee, and then be involved in the roundtables on different discussions and different ideas, and connecting with some of them. I got also a few founders, female founders, that came to the podcast and talk through those relationships. So I'm a big believer in very organic way to do that, and create a relationship that people will know, if you want really a lot of discussions or find it and learning from people experience, you can come and talk with us. We can help you with some of it.
Yeah, and that's a lot of the time the best way to learn as well, I think. It's like learning from people who have been through that experience before and learn about their stories, what went wrong, what didn't. And I guess you being part of DMZ Connect program and also working with so many different clients across different sectors, there's obviously a lot of I guess trends that you're seeing in terms of like product management. Is there anything kind of hot at the moment that you think is on the horizon?
Product management is a growing thing, and it still pretty much is in infancies compared to other areas. But of course, people cannot not talk about AI when they talk about trends these days, and AI is also getting into product management.
Yes, of course, into every area.
Into every area, exactly. One of the things that I notice about it, I'm an early adopter of tools for product management. I have another podcast that I'm doing personally. Started over 3 years ago with a friend about the products or the tools that product managers are using.
Okay.
And so I like to check new tools and see how they work and whether they create value or not.
Okay.
And learn from them also what works, what doesn't
work.
But with AI, what I found out, and especially ChatGPT and similar products like that, the Gen AI that teach you, is it still doesn't know how to do product management. So don't try to learn product management for ChatGPT.
Okay.
But do try to use it more to learn or to make things faster for you when you need to learn new areas. So if you need to learn something new about a specific area, but take it with a grain of salt, because you want to make sure that it's actually know what it's talking about.
Yes.
And then it can help you with the processes to save time. So it can help you save time with the summaries of things. It have great ways to generate documents or summaries of documents.
Yeah.
Or to look into a lot of data and find patterns in this data. This is really where it shines more than the generative
AI
teaching you about how to do things. I actually used visual product to create a small video that was more pictures, but it was generated by a tool that using Gen AI to show the vision of a product I'm working on. So that was an interesting way to do that. So there are definitely use cases for using that, but to learn how to do product management or become a product manager, it's still not there.
Yes. Still has a while to go.
Yeah, mainly because it's still an industry and it's in infancy. So there is still a lot of voices that are saying different things, contradicting each other. People are still learning new
languages. And ways of doing things. That's amazing. Well, I'm sure like your experience in product management and the expertise that RootQuotient can bring is going to be really beneficial to our DMZ Connect startups, and I'm really looking forward to having you on board again this year. Any closing thoughts you'd like to share?
I'm looking forward to see where the future is going to take us, because it's always exciting to, on one hand, try to imagine where it will take us and then see what actually happened. I also think that in the world situation these days, putting people together to solve real problems can create a much more peaceful world and much more interaction with people. So that's my hope there as well. I'm just excited to see what else is going to come up with the minds of the people with these amazing ideas for startups.
I think DMZ is great for that, because it really brings together a lot of different stakeholders, partners, startups, investors, and it's really a place for collaboration. So I think I would agree with you on that. I'm looking forward to seeing what's next. So what in your experience is the importance of product thinking when it comes to scaling a company, and have you seen many examples of this in your own experience?
When I'm thinking about product thinking, I'm also thinking about the other options that are not product thinking or not product centered, which is more sales, and we call it usually sales led, technical led, and product led.
Okay.
Where and it's not just in scaling, but even when you start. all the way from the beginning when you start your company. And I've worked with organizations that were sales led, that everything is following the sales, and organizations that were technical led, that everything followed the technology.
Okay.
And then companies that are product led. The risks with the first two is that you might not build in sales led. The risk is that you might not build the right product because everyone that will pay you will go there, and therefore you will be pulled by their requirements. So there are different types of needs that they have. So
you tailor it to each.
You tailor it to each, and at the end of the day, you don't get a product market fit because you try to tailor it to everyone.
Too broad. Yeah.
With technical led, you do it because you are familiar with the technology, you're excited about this technology, but the technology might not fit very well the problem you're trying to solve.
Okay.
With a product led, usually what we were talking about is you are first of all focusing on the problem, and it doesn't matter what technology you're using or what people are trying to buy, or you will not sell if it doesn't have a fit. So in general, you will build the right solution based on the right technology that will fit this problem, and you will only sell it to the right market that is actually going to get value from that. So it's really important and to be careful about the other modes if it doesn't fit. There are businesses where it does fit quite well, but I've been involved in organizations that were doing the sales led and the technical led, and they kind of failed quite miserably because we were either all over the place trying to make everyone happy with the sales led, or and chasing our tail all the time. Or with the technical led, we were very excited about the technology, but the fit to the problem wasn't exactly there.
Okay. So product led is the way forward. I've
product led is what
today.
I always encourage, but I have my own biases as well. So, so there needs to be a good fit there as well.
A good fit, to get the product market fit.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.